Hey everyone, welcome to It Is What It Is. Sorry I haven't put a video up in a few days. I haven't necessarily been feeling well and haven't been very present, to be honest with you. But I am feeling better today, and I do have video therapy in a little while, so I had to set up the camera. So I thought I might do a quick video. And my thoughts were that I might do part two. A video of the video I did of how this all started. There's a part two that is very significant, I think, for me anyway. I don't know how significant it might be to everybody else, but I thought I might talk about that. So, let's get right into it. I told you guys about my sophomore year of college and how I started feeling sad and da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, I ended up going home, stayed home a semester like I told you, and then I ended up back at school for my junior year, and me and my roommate that I was living with before decided to get an apartment off campus. So, junior year, we got an apartment off campus, and her boyfriend moved in with her, and it was super exciting and super awesome. And that is when living in that apartment was when all of the symptoms really started for me. At that point, because I lived off campus, we would bus it into town, onto campus, spend the day, mostly spend the day on campus going to class, and then hop on a bus and get home. The bus is where I started to feel the anxiety the most and noticed it. And then it just kind of progressively got worse. So it started off where I started noticing myself just feeling uncomfortable, very anxious, very, feeling very full of fear, feeling like I needed to get away, like people were coming after me. It was a very crazy, anxious feeling. I'd get it in class. I'd start to sweat a little bit. It started getting really intense on the bus, where I would have I was having panic attacks and didn't know it, but I would just all of a sudden my heart would start racing, I would start sweating, I'd start going numb, and then I would panic, and I'd feel like everyone was looking at me, and I didn't know what to do, so I would jump off the bus. Whenever it stopped, I would just jump off the bus. And I can't even tell you, I live like 3 miles off campus, how many times I hopped off that bus and had to walk too far home because of my anxiety. And then it started getting worse and happening more often. I noticed in class it happened. And I started to, A, have a hard time showing up, and then B, I would just up and leave sometimes. In fact, there was towards the climax of the story when I was at my worst and things were really, really escalating as far as the anxiety goes. I had a panic attack so badly in class one day, and it was an English class. It was a smaller class, 30 people, that I legit just got up and left. I left my books there. I left all of my things there. Ran to the bathroom. Very, very not okay. I hyperventilated. I ended up being able to get myself to an okay point, waited until class was over, ran back in, grabbed my stuff, and just got home as quickly as possible. And that's kind of how it went for months, I think it was going on. I was also working. I don't remember where I was working at this point. I was trying to work, trying to go to school. I had my roommates. And then at one point, you'll have to forgive me, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. My timeline isn't very good. I admit that there are a lot of blank spaces, a lot of things that I've blocked out, a lot of things I've remembered, a lot of things that may not make sense. And sometimes I don't remember. Like, for example, this story I'm about to tell you right now. Where's the climax of my story, where everything really, really started. I don't remember it. This is what people told me. I'm going to tell you what happened to me on the day that it happened, and then I'm going to tell you what was told to me of what happened, And luckily for me, the people that were with me I love and trust more than anything in the world, so I know that that's how it went down. But I can't even imagine how to explain to you how terrifying it was to not remember. So, with that being said, so I'm living, going to school, have my roommate's boyfriend, we were all getting along. Her cat was a little mean, but we still loved him. And I just remember one night, I remember sitting on the couch, and the last thing I really, really remember about the night is that I was eating a piece of fruit. I can't really remember what kind of fruit. I want to say it was like a peach, maybe. Probably not an apple. I don't do that much, but... And I just remember looking at, and I don't even remember who I was talking to. It was somebody I lived with, obviously, and I remember thinking to myself, I can't eat this. Why can't I eat this? I just can't eat this. And, well, that was the last thing I remembered. Next thing I remember from that point where I was eating a peach and was thinking to myself, I don't know why I can't eat this peach, but I just can't chew and swallow this peach. I woke up at home in my bed. That's the next thing I remember. I was going to school 2 hours away from my home, so you can imagine that was a little bit scary. I then found out that, I had my first mental break, I suppose. I suppose that's what they call it. Hey, if you guys don't have one of these, get this. For anxiety, those little pop bubble things, they seem silly. It's amazing. Helps me get through stories like this. So apparently things just got worse after the peach part, and I just kind of had a break, and I lost it. My roommates told me they found me. We lived in an apartment complex, so I had hurried out of the apartment in a huffy puffy, upset, screaming, yelling rage, I guess, and they found me hiding underneath the stairwell in my apartment complex. At that point, they decided to take me to the hospital. Or at the time, UMass, UMass Medical, wherever, right out on the campus. And I guess when I